like these generosity proverbs. A Punjabi proverb: when a sparrow sips in the river doesn't recede. Giving charity does not deplete wealth. A Persian proverb: every man goes down to his death bearing in his hands only that which he has given away. A French proverb: no one became poor by giving alms. And finally, a traditional proverb without citation: the charitable give out the door, and God puts back through the window. Generosity is such a universal value. I'm very grateful it's now part of our publicly recognized Unitarian Universalist values in this language. Generosity. We cultivate a spirit of gratitude and hope. We covenant to freely and compassionately share our faith, presence, and resources. Our generosity connects us to one another in relationships of interdependence and mutuality. What generosity effectively does is get us out of our heads and into our hearts. Generosity challenges rational self-interest. With affordability being the number one political issue today, people are feeling financial pressures. Healthcare costs are prohibitive. The cost of housing is creating a lot of stress. Student loan debt looms for many in the future. Rising costs for food and clothing are unlikely to come back down. Artificial intelligence job loss threatens people's employability. The self-protective urge, given all this stress and uncertainty, can feel very strong. Yet another traditional proverb without citation says, that which is willingly shared one keeps, that which one selfishly keeps is lost. The heart, in ways the rational mind can't understand, it works in those ways. The actual experience of being generous feels good. Many scientific studies have established that being generous leads to positive emotions. Sociologists Mark Musick and John Wilson write, doing our duty, living up to our responsibilities, meeting our obligations are intrinsically rewarding behaviors. Furthermore, helping others or working on behalf of a cause provides a sense of mission, giving purpose, and significance to our lives. Other studies suggest that many people find that being good to others, even while not expecting to receive any benefit in return, proves to be rewarding emotionally. Merely the act of providing help to others has been shown to improve helpers' moods and self-evaluations. This positive response may be programmed into our DNA. There is a lot of human biochemical research that suggests that it is tilted towards generosity. People's generosity often triggers a release of chemicals in the brain and the body. These chemicals can enhance pleasure and happiness and reduce stress and pain, sometimes called a helper's high. These chemicals include oxytocin, dopamine, serotonin, vasopressin, endorphins, and prolactin. Those are great chemicals. Neuroscientists increasingly find that the reward areas of the human brain light up when people give generously to others. Unfortunately, the lack of generosity can stimulate negative neurochemical processes that have the opposite effect. Not only do acts of generosity create a nice buzz of good feeling, they also stimulate a positive sense of personal agency and self-efficacy. Generosity can help people feel like they are making a positive difference in the world. That sense can be a contributor. The sense of being a contributor tends to promote greater mental, emotional, and physical well-being. One research participant in Illinois put it this way: I believe in the ripple effect. We must affect our own family, our neighbors, our communities, and I think if we do that in a positive way, it will ripple out. That sense of agency develops one's self-identity. Meaning is tightly linked to it. One's identity grows and develops through one's social interactions. These operate in powerful ways to tell us who we are, where we are from, what we are supposed to be doing, and what life is all about. Therefore, people who occupy weak self-identities and fewer positive social roles tend to be less healthy and happy. By contrast, people who enjoy many positive, meaningful social roles and personal self-identities are better positioned to enjoy greater personal well-being. Meaning-making is also tightly connected with one's social and family networks. Generosity feeds, grows, and builds one's social networks, especially by volunteering time, as well as contributing resources to support those networks. Volunteers are also significantly more likely than non-volunteers to report that they feel a very good capacity to enjoy socializing with others and to develop rich personal relationships. Generosity is also good for more intimate social networks. Generosity tends to promote happier and more meaningful relationships between spouses, family members, and friends. Generous people are generally more compassionate, forgiving, in tune with others' needs, empathetic, and more likely to see the world in terms of abundance. I have a lot more evidence to share with you about the value of generosity, but time is short today, and I am supposed to be brief. To put it bluntly, generous people are happier and healthier than stingy people. If you'd like to be happier and healthier, Fourth Universalist can help. Fourth Universalist Society in the city of New York would not and could not thrive without your generous financial support and the many ways that you volunteer to support our congregational life. Sunday morning needs worship associates like Rosalie this morning. We can't have a choir. Let me tell you, rehearsals start at 9:30 next Sunday. Remember, daylight savings time. And we can't have a choir without our members' and friends' voices. Each Sunday, we need help with ushers and greeters and coffee hour hosts. We couldn't have an RE program without our volunteer teachers. And the board of trustees, members, officers, committees, and team chairs and volunteers, special teams and committees like the Covenant team and the Transition team and our search committee, who are working very hard right now interviewing pre-candidates, and the stewardship committee, you'll hear more after me from them. Those who have done presentations to Zach's Open Circle, so many ways to contribute to the work of our congregation, so many ways to generate good feelings here, so many meaningful ways to experience personal agency and develop one's self-identity, personal enriching ways to expand one's social network right here. So, as you consider any barriers to your generosity to Fourth Universalist during our stewardship campaign that begins today, please also hold the benefits of generosity that can be yours here too. This is a critical time in the life of our congregation. On April 5th, Bobby McMillan, chair of our search committee, will stand right here at the end of the Easter service and announce the name of the candidate who you will have the opportunity to interview and vote on April 26th, whether will be your new settled minister. As I said in my stewardship letter, which you will hopefully be getting soon or have already gotten, one of the ways you can get a thriving relationship growing with your new minister is through your generosity. It is a tangible message to that new minister that you are committed to that partnership and are willing to invest in it. The vision of ministry your board works out with your new minister and to be implemented with your great congregational staff, committees, and teams will be dependent on that generous support. Increasing your financial and time commitment to the congregation sends a powerful message of welcome and willingness to work together with and to that new minister. I know that you'll be able to do this because of the way you have done it with me. May a generous heart be your guide as you prepare for the first year of settled ministry with your new minister that will start in August. Now I want to introduce the stewardship team, if they could stand. We have the members of our stewardship team. We have Lucy back there. We have Zabby here. Okay, I think that's all of them who are here today. I'm going to invite Barbara and Brett to come up and share some words with you as part of their presentation.
Good morning. Thank you very much. Good morning, and thank you very much to Reverend Sam for his kind words. I am Barbara Minningham, and my pronouns are she and her. I am co-chair of the Fourth Universalist Stewardship Committee. This morning, I'm one of several members of the committee who will speak to you as we kick off our March Pledge campaign. We've titled the campaign, A New Chapter, a Shared Commitment. Our story continues together. We're planning for our new minister to join us here at Fourth Universalist Society. Our theme refers to our plan to have a budget in place before the minister joins us. We want this budget to reflect our excitement for the future of our congregation. We want to be able to make a firm commitment to work together to bring meaning and purpose to our congregation and the community we live in. Our goal is to receive a pledge from 100% of our members. This pledge covers the period that begins July 1st of 2026. Each pledging member has the right to vote for their choice of our new settled minister and allows our finance committee and board to fund our financial commitments and goals in this important new period for the congregation as we begin our future with our new minister. We've begun our campaign this week by crafting for each of our members and friends a mailer. In this mailer, we've provided you with discussions of why we are requesting you to join us in supporting Fourth Universalist with your pledged funds. In addition, as Reverend Sam made his point, I think it is very important to also remind each of us that we will also need commitments of our time to have viable committees and actions to make certain that our goals, once approved and funded, are fulfilled. Today, as my testimonial to Fourth Universalist Society, I'd like to thank you and our church for the joy of being part of our community. I've served on the finance and the stewardship committees and found the people that I've worked with to be principled and hardworking. I appreciate the many services our church has provided for me and our community. I'm proud to have helped in the major renovations of our building. I've enjoyed especially musical, arts, education programs. Also, I'm very proud to have been able to help fund our social programs, including becoming a sanctuary church for a family and having attorneys from our congregation available to work with the community on social issues. I also remember with pride the services we've had talking about our social commitments and raising awareness of our rights and responsibilities to help better ourselves and our neighbors here in New York City, including the protests that we've joined. I believe by pledging, I can do good works, and I believe that my pledges have been well spent. I encourage you to consider your pledge. Making any budget of your time and money requires thought. Donate what you can afford. Find goals that you personally believe in and support those programs by pledging. Let's work together to make certain that we are proud of our membership in our Fourth Universalist Society. We must keep our goals relevant, meeting the needs that daily seem to call out to us for our support and concern. I look forward to meeting you at the stewardship table in the back of the sanctuary over the Sundays in March. I will be happy to discuss any questions you have about your pledges, and I thank you in advance for your generosity. Our next speaker and stewardship committee member is Brett Essler, who will explain about the written record we are about to create as a scrapbook to document this year's pledge campaign. Thank you.
Thank you, Barbara. Good morning. My name is Brett. I use he, him pronouns, and as Barbara said, I'm a member of the Stewardship Committee. As we prepare to welcome a new minister, our stewardship theme this year is a new chapter, a shared commitment. And the tagline for our campaign is our story continues together. The past few years have brought change and uncertainty, and yet this congregation has endured. We are still worshiping, still serving, still learning, and still standing on the side of love. That faithfulness is the story we carry forward. In the coming weeks, you'll see a special scrapbook in the sanctuary at the stewardship table, and it looks like this. Its pages will be open for you to flip through, and if you choose, to sign it. In it, members will share why they pledge and what matters most to them here at Fourth Universalist. Justice work, music, religious education, the retreat, pastoral care, meditation, community, you name it. When our new minister arrives, we will place this book in their hands, a living testament to who we are and what we care about, a welcome rooted not only in words but in commitment. Signing the book will be connected to making a financial pledge for the coming church year, because shared commitment is what sustains our staff, our programs, and our mission. Children are also warmly invited to add their drawings and reflections, because this is their story and their future as well. Stewardship is about more than dollars. It is about claiming this community as part of your life and helping write what comes next. We are beginning a new chapter, and our story will continue together. Thank you.
Hi. As with my students, I have prepared remarks-ish, but I also have some business that I'm going to get out of the way first. One thing I would like you to know as a member of the Stewardship Committee, because it might come up, as it happens, the Stewardship Committee never learns what your individual pledges are. We can definitely talk about pledges and lots of things, but numbers are not something that we deal with, except numbers of people who have pledged. And we haven't yet told you, last year, possibly for the first time, we had 100% participation of our members. Yes, give yourselves a round of applause. So we are very, very much hoping to get that same standard this year. You've already heard why it's such an important year. Another thing that wasn't such a big deal back in 2019 when we had our second to last pledge drive is that many people give on a regular basis, that their pledges are just given monthly, and they will sort of stop us by saying, oh, it's all taken care of. Sheila knows that I'm pledging. I don't need to do this. And as our President Carroll mentioned, it's actually in our bylaws that we need to pledge as in think about it. We need that moment. And if you know you just want to let it ride, we have such an incredible, I believe the word is director, anyway, in Sheila Powers, that you can email her and say, Sheila, my pledge is exactly the same. Of course, we are hoping that you will feel you can give a little more than you gave last year. I think that is all my business. So, last Sunday, I was so moved by the service and the privilege of getting to be in this beautiful space that I knew this morning I wanted to give the first testimonial for a new chapter, a shared commitment. I'm Zabby Hovey. I use she, her pronouns, and I give to this church reliably because I am so grateful for the new opportunities and the continuity that it gives me. Last Sunday, my joy began with singing Spirit of Life. It was beautiful and brand new for some. I love that. For me, it's familiarity with my spouse here too, made for a big welcome back after 2 weeks away. I was overcome. Tears streaming down my cheeks. I will try to keep that from happening now. Part of my joy was that Rob Buonaspina was back at the piano. He had been away my previous Sunday. Cynthia Meng had covered for him. Her talent and her commitment to us was on display. I thought then, Rob is probably in Brazil because he is committed to samba. We were so lucky he shared it last year, bringing in a samba leader, and we all samba'd. That service helped me to grow. I think all the services I attend, remotely or in person, help me grow. This congregation has given me comrades in seeking justice and a better future for our planet. Why else do I try to minimize my plastic consumption? Who else did I stand with, you know who I'm looking at, to testify for closing Rikers? This place has provided loving opportunities for our collective children to grow, learn, and love. In this room, I heard my children share their beliefs in the coming-of-age service. I recognized their both separate and shared values. Please, help those you know with small ones who are not already here learn how our RE programs nurture strength, independence, and thoughtfulness. I have loved all our music directors. I want Rob to be immortal and always at this church. I am going to be sad when Sam leaves us, but I know that our processes and our community will help us grow with our new minister. So I give to help us be the thriving and music-sharing church our new minister needs. Any Sunday morning gives food for thought, inspiration to action, moments of reflection, good music, connection to familiar and unfamiliar people. These are all valuable. The certainty that pledging what I can will help this place continue into a new chapter, that is priceless. Thank you.